Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching episode 3 of season 4 of Stranger Things. Okay, last episode was a doozy. We got Vecna full force. Just, he's terrifying. And he's living in an attic in the Upside Down. So, not quite the king dark wizard, but he's still a dark wizard. And I really wonder what they're going to do with him for the rest of the season, because if he's just going around killing kids every episode, I'm gonna need a backstory. I'm gonna need a reason as to why he's choosing these people. Because so far, a girl that may have an eating disorder and an overbearing mother, and a kid who might have left the scene of a crime, a car accident. I don't know if he caused the car accident, but he didn't help the person that was in the car accident. That does not make him a horrible person, just scared. He was a kid. But I don't believe that they deserve to die, especially in the way that they're being killed. I don't know why the bones have to be cracked, and I don't know why the eyes need to be sucked into their skull, but that's Vecna's way. So, why? I don't know. He's That's a horrible way to die. And I don't know if there's a connection to Victor Creel. Because Nancy is talking to Eddie's uncle, and Eddie's uncle brings up Victor Creel and about how he killed his family and he cut out his family's eyeballs, and he's a complete psychopath, and he's, I think, hopefully still committed somewhere, or dead, preferably dead. Actually, if he's dead, then that my whole thing about Vecna and Victor Creel maybe being the same person. I don't know if that's the case. But I don't know what Victor Creel has to do with everything, because obviously we know it's Vecna. So what does Victor Creel have to do with anything? So we kind of had a little bit of Elle. Um, mm, she's getting bullied badly. She's being treated horribly. And she didn't even snitch on Angela, yet Angela's calling her a snitch. Um, Literally, the teacher just looked over and was like, oh, Angela's guilty. Elle never said a thing. So them bullying her for their bad behavior, that's kind of shitty. And I wanted, like, I wanted Elle to punch Angela in the face. I don't know if a skate to the face is the way I would have went, but it got the job done, and just as you would expect, when you hurt somebody, you feel immediate regret. It How they made you feel and how you think you're going to feel when you get that revenge, it's never how you picture it. It's never satisfying, and it never feels good. And there were a lot of comments that were left about the bullying, because to me, I thought it was an over dramatized 80s version of bullying, because I don't think I've ever really experienced being actually bullied. I was incredibly lucky that, I was fairly well liked, but also that I was funny. So, a lot of people, I think, left me alone for that. But a lot of you guys didn't. And a lot of you guys are sharing your stories with me, whether it's been on Instagram. I've gotten a couple of emails, and a lot of the comments that have been left on the last reaction. And it breaks my heart. Some of you said that it was just like that, and some of you said it was worse. My heart breaks for the child that endured that. But I'm like so proud of the adult that would rise above it in spite of it. I I can't even imagine. And I'm wondering if we're going to see more of the bullying, because it's hard for me to take, and it's not triggering for me, and I can only imagine how triggering it is for a lot of people watching it. I don't like it, but I know a lot of you hate it. And moving on back to the show, after she does this, Mike is behind her and says, "What did you do?" And then there's a flash to Dr. Brenner saying, "What have you done?" Now, I'm a little curious as to whether or not Elle was actually responsible for what happened at the Hawkins lab. I think me being a person that cares about her doesn't want that to be part of her history or part of like her memories. I'm wondering if something else was attacking everybody and she took care of it. And that's what all the carnage was, not her, because she's standing in front of a broken window. And I'm wondering whatever it was, maybe she pushed through the window or she did something with it that way. Because I can't picture that being part of Elle's history and her being the person that she is. And speaking of Mike, him and Will and that whole awkwardness that's going on, just be with your friend, hang out with your friend. Like, it might not ever be the way it was back in Hawkins. Like, you're growing, you're changing, but I just don't understand. It seems like Will wanted more effort out of Mike, and Mike expected Will to do more. Maybe it's just I'm not quite sure what's happening with that, and I'm not sure if like Will has feelings for Mike or if he just misses his friend. And it's been hinted at Will possibly being gay since the first episode of the first season, and it's fine if he is. I don't I don't think that that is any reason to not be friends with somebody. If anything, they need your support more. So if Mike already thinks that because in a previous episode of another season he says, it's not my fault that you don't like girls. Well, then be there for your friend. Like, gay men are capable of having male friends that they are not attracted to. It's the 80s. I don't know. I'm a little frustrated with Mike, the way he approached Elle after what happened instead of being supportive, but also noticing that Angela was being very sarcastic when she was talking to him, and then still allowed Elle to like go off with her, even though he should have been very aware that like Angela was not her friend, and then how he's treating Will. I'm very frustrated with Mike. Do better. Joyce and Murray figure out where Hopper is, kinda. He's in a Russian prison, and a prison guard that they're calling Enzo apparently just needs 40K brought to Alaska. That's gonna buy Hop's freedom. I don't buy it for a second. The I'm just gonna call him the warden. I don't know who was talking to all the people in the line, telling them what a horrible place that they were at, and if they ever tried to leave, that they'd be killed and all this stuff. I don't think he was joking, so I don't really think this guard has any power to do anything. He's probably just extorting money, and Hop probably thinks it's going to work, and Joyce probably thinks it's going to work, and then it's not going to work. Lucas, after he helps win state championship, goes and he is partying with the rest of his team, who apparently want to go on a witch hunt after Eddie, and the whole Hellfire Club. And Lucas is, I'm proud of him for standing up for Hellfire Club and pretty much saying like, it's a game, it's D&D, it's not a cult, like there's no Satan worship. That still like gets under my skin. I can't stand it. But the boys are planning on going on their little witch hunt, and I'm not only worried for Eddie but for the rest of the members. Like most of the people that play these games are kind-hearted, gentle souls. Like they're not aggressive people. So I can't imagine being accosted by an athlete with a bunch of rage tied to it, with false accusations. I forgot what his name is. That's how insignificant the captain of the basketball team is to me. I don't even remember his name. But like the power he has to rile up the troops, it's disturbing. So Eddie, Hellfire Club, Dustin, Max, Steve, Robin. So I just want to say that I love Dustin and Max as a duo, as like an investigative team, just as much as I love Robin and Steve. I would really like to see Steve and Dustin back to their, big brother buddy cop kind of scenario. It's funny because I didn't like Eddie when we were first introduced to him. I was like, well, he's a little aggressive. Like he's a little dramatic. And then when he was with Chrissy, I was like, well, he seems pretty sweet. What a caring guy. And then how he treated everybody at Hellfire Club, especially Erica, and just how like he was riling them up, like egging them on, being kind of I don't know, I guess an antagonist, even though he wasn't really being an antagonist, but he was getting them to play the game and just like facing this thing that they were all afraid of, and then at the end, he was graciously bowing like what a successful campaign it was, and I really loved the interaction that he had with all of them, and even with Chrissy, him still wanting to help her with drugs, but still, he was trying to do whatever he could to help her, and for him to witness that, you can tell he is terrified. And I think I think they're gonna have to have some more explanation as of what the upside down is and how it bleeds over into Hawkins, and there's that was a motorcycle. And how it is this crazy reality that they've been facing for the past couple of years of monsters. Like monsters. And I don't know how all of Hawkins doesn't know about this, but I mean, like, obviously they know something's going on. But, I'm sure they're going to start telling him stories about what happened. And, it's probably going to freak him out even more. And especially Vecna, like this entity, this dark wizard that he knows from the game, that would be terrifying to know that much about something like that and think like, oh, he's killing people. Cool, I might be next. And I hope he's not. I don't want to lose Eddie. I don't want to lose Eddie. Like, I know he's the new shiny toy. He's the new kid in town. But, like, he's genuinely a good person. He's a good soul. I want to hang out with Eddie. I really do. Him, Dustin, the whole Hellfire Club, they are my peeps. We can invite Lucas back in for a game or two, but, like, they're my peeps. I'm really loving the vibe of this season. It's back to its horror roots. It is giving us scares. It is giving us kind of some gore. Like Broken Bones is not as gory as I think it could go, but the eyes being sucked into the head, top notch. So let's get into it. Oh, and I forgot to mention Jonathan. The most interesting thing about Jonathan this season is Argyle. The monster and the superhero. Well, all right. Ruth, Nevada. I don't know how close that is to me. I'm in Las Vegas. Hey!
Why are you here? A foreign government invaded our country all under your watch. Everything that has happened in Hawkins can be traced back to Brenner's little pet. Trained her for this very thing. Remote assassinations.
11 is dead.
I'm not convinced.
So where has she been? All this time?
There are rumors she's alive.
Are you saying I'm helping her? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
You can make this easy and tell us where she is. Or we can do this the hard way.
What would the hard way be?
It'll lead us right to the girl.
Yeah. So I was thinking he's gonna go call Joyce right now. Oh, we need Hopper! So who is the monster and who is the superhero? Is Vecna the monster? Like, is it that literal? Is Elle the superhero? Would everyone just be sitting here staring at these people? I mean, all they have to do is, like, look at her and, like, realize that, like, she had been, like, pushed.
Hey, at least it wasn't an ice skate.
That nose would have been sliced clean off.
I love Argyle.
Mom?
Is that music?
Well.
I was like, it's Murray.
Bam! It hits me. Didn't the buyers move here?
Small world is.
So I thought, hey, you know what? Why don't I drop in and say hello to my old friends?
Yeah, that's so Murray-like.
A conference tomorrow in Alaska.
Alaska?
That's where they're based, the Britannicus. Joan and Brian Britannica.
What's going on?
Your mom's going to Alaska.
You're going to Alaska? What's going on in Alaska?
The Britannicas are there.
The Botanicers?
Oh my god, Joyce, leave Argyle in charge.
This girl got smacked in the head today at the roller rink. Anyway, she looked like she's gonna be fine. She's totally fine.
She didn't look fine.
Mike.
What did you do? What did you do?
love the music and the coloring and like all the cinematography and the shot leading up to the house. What are these things? It looks like it hurts.
Well, look who's decided to join.
What are you guys doing?
We're gearing up,
Preparing for the hunt. And we're not killers like Eddie. And we just want to talk to him.
Yeah, with a wrench.
If you're not up to this, you can go home. There's no judgment.
Don't go, Lucas. Oh my god.
No. I'm good. I want to help.
I think he probably just wants to keep an eye on them.
Delivery service?
How do you prefer?
God news first, always.
Fair.
We tapped into the Hawkins PD dispatch with our Cerebro, and they're definitely looking for you. Also, they're pretty convinced you killed Chris.
And the good news?
Your name hasn't gone public yet. Everyone and their shallow-minded mother is going to be gunning for you.
Hunt the freak, right?
Exactly.
Before that happens, we need to find Vecna, kill him, and prove your innocence.
That's all, Dustin.
Great plan,
I
Dustin.
know everything that Dustin is saying sounds totally delusional, but we've actually been through this kind of thing before.
Yeah, see, we usually rely on this girl who has superpowers, but,
I knew Eddie wouldn't take any of this really all that well. He thinks that they're just nuts. Oh, Fred! Aww.
Talk to Wayne, what happened?
I heard barking from the dog.
Nancy did not find him.
Did you look into Victor Creel?
Victor's locked away tight, hon. You don't need to worry about him, all right? Now.
Still alive.
Miss Wheeler. It was by the picnic table, is that correct?
She's so happy to see them. Maybe she was happy. Now I'm not too sure. Scared because now she knows it's probably something supernatural.
Hey, Al. I made you some Eggos, but they're getting kind of cold.
So, are we just not going to talk about it?
About what?
You know, you almost breaking someone's face.
Why didn't you tell me what's going on here? You've seen it. I've been bullied my entire life. I mean, I know what it's like.
I am different. I do not belong anywhere. Everyone looks at me like I'm a monster. You think I'm a monster too. The way you looked at me. You were scared of me.
It doesn't change anything. It doesn't matter. I care for you so much.
Not love.
Care. But you don't love me anymore.
Who said that I didn't?
You can't even write it, Mike. From Mike. From Mike. From Mike. From Mike. From.
Okay. You're the most incredible person in the world. And you're a superhero.
Not anymore.
Hi, is Jane Hopper live here?
Yeah. What is this about?
You Jane Hopper?
They actually put her in handcuffs? Wow. I did not think she'd get arrested.
Has Mom's flight left yet?
Especially because if she needs bail money, Joyce is going to go take that to Alaska right now.
I think you did the right thing. The responsible thing. Your children, bless their mischievous souls, they like to get involved. This way, what? They play too much Nintendo, eat too...
Oh, yay. Good. I want some more of Pop.
Americanic. Что там копаешься? Урод! Your Russian is getting better. So is your acting. Come on, what is it? They're bringing you money to Alaska. When? Today, I hope. You will bring it to me in this plane tomorrow. Then you can hitch a ride with him back to your country. I get rich.
I just don't buy it.
Sounds too good to be true, yes? It does.
Yes.
This pilot you found, are you sure you can trust him?
Are you sure you can trust him?
Our working theory is that he attacks with a spell or a curse. Now, whether or not he's doing the bidding of the Mind Flayer or just loves killing teens, we don't know.
That's what I want to know.
Fred and Chrissy don't make sense. I mean, why them?
That's what I was saying.
Saw some
freaky wizard monster, I would mention it to someone.
Maybe they did. Saw Chrissy leaving this. If you saw a monster, you wouldn't go to the police. They'd never believe you. You might go to your shrink.
Nance, where are you going?
There's just something I want to check on first.
Something you maybe want to share with the rest of us?
Yeah.
I don't want to waste your time. It's a real shot in the dark.
Victor Creel.
Here you go. I'll stick with Nance, all right? You guys take the car, check out this shrink.
I don't think you want me driving your car.
Why?
I don't have a license.
Robin, go with Nance then.
Us ladies will stick together.
There we go. I like it.
Be careful! Wipe your feet. On the outside, not the inside. Always the goddamn babysitter.
Oh, that's what we love Steve for. He's so good at it.
I said leave me alone!
Look at me! You're an embarrassment to this family! God damn this!
Your nose is bleeding, dude.
So Vecna has a cerebro.
God, gross.
They need to leave these kids alone.
Show's not till next week.
Oh, that was music you were playing.
We're looking for Eddie Munson.
What are you doing with these douchebags?
You know these freaks, St. Clair?
They try to recruit me to their
Oh,
club,
Lucas.
We're just trying to find Eddie, man.
Well, you have eyes, don't you? He's not here.
Hey, man!
What the hell?
Where is he?
I don't know! Where is he? I don't know!
Oh, I hate this guy so much.
Dustin! What? Dustin Anderson!
Where do we find this? Dustin.
Oh my god, I hate him so much.
And why did you hit her?
I don't know.
I don't know.
You don't know?
Did you want to kill her?
The hell?
I don't know.
Turn to the right.
Point she'll be transferred to juvenile hall.
What? Jail. You're gonna put her in jail.
Hey, stop the car! What are you doing?
Тоже.
Greedy.
Victor Creel escaped from Penhurst Asylum, and that he's the one running around Hawkins committing all these murders?
Oh, he's a grandpa murderer who can turn invisible and lift people into the air.
That's why I said it was a shot in the dark.
I just thought that by shot in the dark you were being modest. But this is like really, truly a shot in the dark.
All right, ladies, here you go. Have fun.
Yep, we'll try.
I was looking forward to this duo. I don't want it to be awkward.
Do you have a minute to talk?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, she's in.
I'm missing collarbones, not eyes. We're gonna talk about your temporary insanity earlier today when you basically threw yourself at Nance.
Are you implying that I still have a thing for Nance?
No, I'm not implying. I'm stating to your steadfast refusal to date Robin, it's pretty much the only logical explanation.
I don't want to talk about it. I'll punch you so hard in your face that your teeth will fall back out.
Oh, too far.
Not cool. Sorry.
Not cool. It's okay.
Aww. That's what I wanted.
Do you think you're ready to talk more about that night?
Cops asked me a bunch of questions. Did they talk to you?
You know I can't talk about Chrissy or any other student.
Can I use the bathroom?
Sure. Up the stairs to the left.
What'd she say?
Nothing, but just drive.
Nothing.
Steve, drive!
You don't have to take off like that.
Man, no one's home.
So now what? We keep looking.
Oh, smart, Lucas.
Dustin, Lucas, where the hell have you been?
Just listen.
1980 cell phone.
You found him? He's at a boathouse on Coal Mill Road.
No.
Don't worry, he's safe. You guys know he killed Chrissy. That's bullshit. Eddie tried to save Chrissy. I think some real bad shit's about to go down.
What are you talking about? What bad shit?
Bad shit right there.
I know where Eddie's hiding.
Oh, Lucas. I mean, I guess going back to the lab is better than going to juvie.
Yeah, what is this?
I'll take her off your hands.
Hey, kiddo.
That should make her feel better. I mean, it makes me feel better, but not really at the same time. So he didn't break them? Oh, gotcha. Oh, he's gonna break his foot to get it out. No.
You do know that Steve and I are like totally not a thing, right? I wanted to make sure that you knew that Steve and I are just friends. Just in case that's adding any tension between us.
Wasn't.
Holy shit. The Weekly Watcher, I can't believe they have this.
Oh, it's probably the place you want to look.
I remind you that we are looking for information on dark wizards. If someone's gonna write about that, it's gonna be these weirdos.
There you go. Good thing Robin was there.
Ah, Elvis, cloned by aliens.
You never know.
Victor Creel claims vengeful demon killed family.
I'm not kidding. Get over here. According to several insiders, Victor believed his house was haunted by an ancient demon. Victor was declared legally insane by the court, right? Well, what if this is why? This demon wasn't any old demon.
It was Vecna.
It's Hawkins, so it's very plausible.
Her shot in the dark was a bullseye.
Okay, that's,
Wait, what are you doing?
breaking and entering into school to retrieve some confidential and extremely personal files.
We leave them alone for 2 hours.
Yeah, and not just Chrissy's file. Fred was seeing Miss Kelly too.
And so is Max. Shit.
So if Sinclair's right, the freak is hiding here. That freak won't know what hit him.
Ugh. I'm gonna be very upset if something happens to Eddie. Eddie better not have been in that file cabinet.
You got yourself into quite a little predicament, didn't you? And what was it, a roller skate or something? Whatever you want, kiddo. It's on me.
Waffles, please.
I've heard Millie Bobby Brown hates waffles, by the way.
Last night, I saw something. Something I've been dreading for some time. Hawkins is in danger. You have fought this evil before, and you've won. A war is coming to Hawkins.
You sure Eddie was here?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Did he send him to the different place?
People, brave friends.
Oh, is it Hopper's
who have
cabin?
helped you fight your battle in the past.
Good job, Lucas.
Can't win this war. Not without you.
I don't have my powers.
What if I told you there was a way to bring them back?
Well, hell yeah, let's do it. I mean, I don't want her at risk.
I feared this moment would come, so I've been preparing. But there are others who don't believe in you, who think you are the cause. I believe they're wrong. I believe you're the cure.
My friends in Hawkins, are they in danger?
Max, I know something's wrong.
Shit.
ones in danger.
What if I'm not good? What if I'm the monster?
I'm betting the fate of the planet that you're one of the good ones.
But the helicopter guy, Sullivan, was waiting for this, so are they gonna come take her? It's gonna be the end. Oh, thank God. Something. Oh God, Max. I don't want anything to happen to her.
Max.
Okay, so after everything that happened in that episode, I'm just absolutely terrified for Max. I don't want anything to happen to her. I'm very torn about Dr. Owen coming in and getting Elle. I don't obviously want her to go to juvie, but I don't really want her to get experimented on either. And when he says if it doesn't work, she'll never see her friends again, like that's a big possibility because they could end the show with us losing Elle. I wouldn't think that it's out of the realm of possibility at all. Good on Lucas for sending the boys to Hop's cabin. I think that's where they were, but it was hard for me to tell. But like, he led them far enough away from Eddie that I think that, Eddie will be safe at least for another episode. We have to protect Eddie at all costs. But I'm so worried for Max. The fact that she had the same symptoms as Fred and Chrissy, and I'm still wondering what links them. If it's trauma, if it is, I mean, it has to be trauma, obviously. But why would he prey? Why would Vecna prey on traumatized children? Which also the other boy that was in the group, I don't know if they gave him a name or not, but his nose started bleeding, and so I think he's been chosen by Vecna as another. I don't even know what he's doing, taking their souls. I knew that there was going to be a connection to Victor Creel with Vecna. I just didn't know how. But it's really interesting that, he was the one that was dealing with Vecna and then did an exorcism, and Vecna's the one that took his family's eyes. And of course people would think he's insane if he kept saying a demon from another realm that we were trying to exorcise out of the house killed my family. I thought I was really gonna like Nancy and Robin together, and it's not even that I don't like it. I think that I was kind of expecting like an Elle Max kind of relationship where it's all of a sudden they like bond over like their love of investigative reporting. I don't know. Like luckily Robin was there and she knew to like look in that catalog because I mean honestly if you're going to look for a demon that kills people by pulling their eyes into their skulls. It's like going to look at the National Enquirer. I don't even know if that's still a thing. And we got a little bit of Dustin and Steve, doing like their brotherly thing that they do. And it seemed like Steve was even kind of friendly to Eddie, so that's good. I mean, Steve's not a douche. Like, he kind of seemed like a douche in the first season, but it really wasn't. Jonathan was like being creepy towards Nancy, so I think Steve was actually being kind of a good boyfriend. I don't like the way he treated Jonathan, but that was back then. But I genuinely just really like Steve. It's just he's upset that he's babysitting yet again, but that's what he's good at. Like Adventures in Babysitting, Steve edition. And we see Hop in Russia, having his foot broken. He literally traded his soup and his bread to have a guy break his foot. You'd think he'd be frustrated enough that he'd just break Hop's foot for fun. That was brutal. It kind of gave me like a Saw vibe. But I don't know, like they show him doing push-ups. Like if you have a broken foot, Why are you doing push-ups? I don't know what that was supposed to be, but I think he's probably getting himself all psyched up to escape. Hopefully he's able to escape. I don't know if that's possible. And Murray and Joyce made it to Alaska. Can I just say that, like, I know their budgets were big for these episodes, and they're doing a lot of CG stuff. They're doing a lot of stuff where it's like outside Victor Creel's house, and like the flying creatures, and then the viney mouthy things grabbing onto Vecna. They're doing a lot of that stuff, but then even like when they zoom out of the airplane and then they have a shot of the airplane and it's flying through the air, I don't know if the majority of these shots were even necessary, and it takes me out of the show. And I don't know if I'm alone in that or not, but I feel like it's like too much for a show that should be more practical effects, especially because it took place during the 80s, which was huge on practical effects. I don't know. It just I just notice it more. And then like the whole Cerebro thing where he's like searching for his next victim and it's like lightning and he's hearing the conversations, like that's cool and all. It just seemed too, I don't know, too produced. Too clean and crisp and produced. I would prefer practical effects. That's just me. I grew up with Star Wars and E.T. and where they had, I mean, like Labyrinth and the Neverending Story where everything was practical effects and it was really good, like really good. That's why the Yoda puppet works better than the CG Yoda. I am happy that we got Paul Reiser back because I think that he is a great actor. And the speech that he gives Elle to kind of like bolster her confidence of, like I know you can do this. And when she says, "What if I'm not one of the good ones?" And he knows, like we know she's one of the good ones. Like I said, like I don't know what happened in that lab, but I don't think it was Elle. I think she was defending whatever was going on. I think that she fought whatever was killing all of those kids, all of those people. Like she was fighting whatever it was. I don't think for a second that she's a killer and that she's a monster. And speaking of that whole incident and Mike's response, I understand him being shocked at what went down, but he wasn't really being super supportive of her. Like, you don't have to agree with somebody and their actions, but, like, still be there for them. He tried with the waffles. He tried with the Eggos. If you have a girlfriend and you love her, just tell her. And if you have a girlfriend and you don't love her, maybe break up with her. Just say it. And maybe he said it in his own way and she doesn't realize that because let's face it, Elle isn't sharp when it comes to, I guess, reading between the lines. And maybe he tried saying it in different ways without actually saying it, but from Mike is definitely, that's not telling you, that's not telling her how you feel about her. And again, I don't know what's going on with Jonathan. It's just, I don't enjoy this Jonathan. I like Argyle because he's new. But I feel like that might get old after a while. And I don't want stoner Jonathan. I want Jonathan back. And again, I don't care what's going on with him and Nancy. Be together, break up, whatever. And I just realized something because I wanted to look up, I don't know who plays the blonde haired guy, and I looked it up, and it's Jason. And then we killed off Fred. And then there's character Angela. Now, Jason, Freddy, we like know that like horror movies, but I don't know if you guys remember the movie Sleepaway Camp. It was the first horror movie that I ever watched in my life. I was way too young to watch this movie, but the main character of the movie, her name is Angela, and I think that's probably another reason why it traumatized me. I remember calling my parents at 3 in the morning telling them to come pick me up. I couldn't sleep. I was a mess after that movie because the main character's name is Angela and I'm Angela, but then they have the other name Angela. I think they're naming a lot of these characters after characters in the horror movies. Just saying. Watch Sleepaway Camp if you want something disturbing. It's a disturbing movie. And actually that movie scarred me, so I never wanted to watch horror movies until last year when I started watching Saw. Okay, guys. I'm super excited to get into the next episode. I'm releasing full-length reactions on my Patreon. So I have the first 2 episodes already on there, as well as full-length reactions for Kenobi. And I will be putting full-length movie reactions, and then maybe some early access shows like Avatar: The Last Airbender. Maybe The Expanse. Not sure. I'll keep you posted. So like, subscribe, get notifications. That way you know when I've posted something. Other than that, I'm going to worry about Max for probably the next couple hours. And I did just launch my Patreon. It's fresh, it's new, it's not full. But the link is in the description box below if you would like to donate. It helps me. That way I can hire editors. That way I can give you guys content, quality, and quantity. All right, guys. I'll see ya.